Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that. On Friday we had a pretty crazy day. We had a lot of stocks up on the day. Apple up 7%, ChargePoint up 10%, Snapchat up 8%, but we also had a lot of stocks down on the day too. NEO was down. Visa was another stock that was up 10%. Robinhood was up 10%. And even if you look at intraday movements on Robinhood, we even seen Robinhood rally as much as 26% intraday, which is just describing on how crazy the stock market is right now, how volatile and how much it's swinging up and down day to day. This is unprecedented movements in the stock market to see a movement like 25% on something like Robinhood in the middle of the day, basically trading off no news. And the whole last week was super volatile with the Fed's meeting. So make sure you stay throughout this entire video because we're going to go over a few different stocks like ChargePoint, Snapchat, Draftkings, PayPal, Disney, Robinhood, SoFi, and much, much more. Now, I want to answer some questions that we had on my most recent down post. 14% on the day, 20. I definitely want to give back a little bit to them and go through some of these and answer them in detail, answer some of these questions. So we have questions on Robinhood, the future of Robinhood, Matterport, SoFi, Lithium, Fubo, Neo, ARK, Pins, AMD. So let's try to talk about as many of these stocks as possible. As you can see, there is a lot of different stocks to talk about, so I'm sorry if I didn't get through all of them. Let me know if you guys like when I talk about a lot of different stocks or when I do a deep dive into stocks. Now, Robinhood's not one I want to spend too much time on this video because later on this week, I want to do a deep dive on Robinhood. I think that's a stock that definitely needs its own deep dive because a lot of people are questioning what's going on with Robinhood. And in my opinion, I'm still buying under $10 per share. I think that's a sweet spot that you won't want to pass up, even for people that don't really like Robinhood that much. I think that's still a great time. Now, Draftkings is after that. We see them down 55% currently just in the last 3 months. We have the Super Bowl around the corner and fantasy leagues and fantasy football. Yeah, that's a big thing for Draftkings, but don't forget, they have that huge audience and that huge fan base, and now they're switching over everyone from fantasy football into sports betting, all right, and sports gambling. So that's what's good about having a fan base, or like DraftKings, who already had a sports audience, and then they pivoted from fantasy leagues into sports gambling, sports betting, which I think is going to be huge for DraftKings over the next 1 to 2 years. But really, sports betting is just starting to ramp up and take off. So we're in the early stages of sports betting and sports gambling. We're going to start seeing it legalized in plenty more states. So DraftKings is one that you definitely want to have on your long-term horizons. And I think under $20 per share is a fair price for DraftKings, but I want to see that a little bit lower before I start loading up on DraftKings for long-term investing. Now, we had people in the comments asking about SoFi, so that's the next one that's on the list, SoFi Technologies, and this is a popular one that we've been talking about on the channel if you guys have been subscribed for a while now. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button if you appreciate these content. Now, here you see SoFi's at $11.18, and the past 3 months, it's down 45%. So it's been absolutely destroyed along with many other stocks in the stock market. We saw them get down to $12 and then bounce back up to $15. We made some money on that, doing a call option around that time. I think it's almost time to do a call option again on SoFi. However, right now we're seeing downward momentum and we haven't really seen any bounce back just yet, but we are seeing a little bit of consolidation. We want to at least see a little bit of a bounce back to around $12 per share and then ride that up. However, right now I'm staying away from call options because they're just too risky to do in this market. I'm just buying for long term mainly right now, and I'm buying puts as well. No one has ever got a better price than $11 per share on SoFi. It's never been that low in the history of the stock, so I'll be happy to load up on some SoFi if we see them under $10 per share, $8, $9 per share. They are also a great long-term company, and they recently had some great news come out in their favor and actually allowing them to be a full bank basically and do as much as normal banks do with loans whether it's student loans, personal loans, they can do it all. So that's why they rallied on that good news, but they fell back down. So for long term, they could be a good solution. And even for short term traders, I think SoFi can rally back up to around $15, $14 per share, and even higher in the long term. All right, next one people in the comments were asking about was Matterport. Was down 10% in one day on Friday, intraday movement, and then it just bounced back. It went down 10% and then up 10% and then down 4% and then up 4%. So as you can see, obviously, we've said it enough. The stock market is going crazy right now. Matterport from recent highs just 2 months ago is down around 73%, which is detrimental for any company to see. Basically, in falling off a cliff. All right, a lot of people were hyped up about the Matterport metaverse. You can basically take like a 3D scan of any room or area, good for real estate, for example. And I'm pretty sure they even have a patent on like technology. So they have like specific cameras. And if you ever go on Zillow or Redfin and take like a 3D tour of a house and you press the button and you can kind of move a little bit and it's kind of like a 3D tour, that's what Matterport does. So a lot of people are hyped up about the metaverse and think that's going to be an important thing in the metaverse. So people can 3D print their home and put it in the metaverse, for example, or something like that. And the use cases have obviously proved useful in today's market as well when it comes to Zillow and Redfin to do those 3D walkthrough of housing markets. This is a cheap stock under $10 per share. I think that you guys always look for stocks that are under $10 per share. I think this is one of the best stocks that are under $10 per share. So if you're one of those people that like the cheaper stocks, which I know a lot of people message me all the time wanting cheaper stocks and share prices, even though it's not that relevant, this one definitely falls under $10 per share and their market cap is right around $2 billion. So they're a little bit smaller of a market cap, and they're also expected to put out earnings in about 1 month from now, and they could be producing positive earnings this quarter, which can be a huge thing for the company on the fundamental side. We also want to look at their PS ratio or their PB ratio as well, because currently they're not a profitable company, so they don't have a PE ratio. All right, now ARK was the next one that everyone was asking me about, and I think this is a great long-term stock, all right? I'll just say it right up front, all right? Well, we can see that it's down 43% in the past 3 months, so it hasn't been performing in the past 3 months, but I think if you're looking at long-term, this is one that you want to be attached with. It's also very hands-off. It's an ETF. Obviously, if you get involved with an ARK ETF, you know there's a little bit more risk involved than a normal ETF. This is a huge growth ETF. All right, they see 55% down from all-time highs. And as you can see, they're still up in the last 5 years, 210%, which beats most ETFs, and they've rallied as high as 500% at 1.2. A lot of ETFs are stable, don't move much. This is the opposite of that. This is very volatile. It could also be a good one to do leap calls on, like call options, but long-term call options, especially if we see the price points that I'm looking for, which is closer to $55 per share or under $60 per share. So I want to see it go down like 10 to 20% more before I start loading up on ARK ETF for long term. This is a long-term stock that I do dollar cost average in for long term. I only keep it around 6% of my portfolio. However, I want to add a little bit more risk to some of my long-term portfolios that are filled with ETFs. So if you're looking for a little bit more risk when it comes to ETF investing or an ETF portfolio, this is a great one to buy. In my opinion, I'm loading up right around $50 to $55 to $60 per share. Next stock that we want to talk about real quick and do an update is ChargePoint. We won't talk about them too long because I want to do a full deep dive into ChargePoint as well. This is another stock we definitely have to do a full video on deep dive, so thumbs up if you want to see that. Here we see them up 10% on the day. We also see them on the past week. They were down 7% and they rallied from being down 7%. They rallied 16%. And then the day after, they fell 15%. And then the next day, they rallied like 11%. So it's been absolutely insane, crazy. If you've been in the stock market recently, you can also see that ChargePoint's down 49% in the past 3 months. This is one that we have swing traded and made money on constantly before. It was following a support around $20 per share. And just like every other stock in the stock market, right around January, February, it broke that support and now it's trading a lot lower. But it looks like it's established a new support right around that $11.45 mark. And it seems like last week we established a bottom. So we just don't want to see ourselves go past that bottom again. If we see ChargePoint under 11.45, that can imply that it's going to be going a little bit lower. And we might want to be taking out some puts at that point. Same thing with other stocks in the stock market. Everyone's following basically the same thing. Last week, a lot of stocks have set a support. So check out where it was on June 27th. A lot of stocks seemed like bottomed out then, and make sure that we don't go lower than January 27th. So guys, that was the video. I hope you did appreciate it, and smash the thumbs up if you love hearing me talk about stocks and you want more videos just like this. Comment below on this video on what stocks you want me to talk about that I missed on this video, because I'm going to be making a video either on Monday or Tuesday that's going to be a follow-up to this video. It's going to be the second part. So make sure you comment below if you want me to talk about your stock, just like I talked about other people's stocks that commented on one of my posts today. And if you guys want cryptocurrency updates consistently, NFT updates, coin updates, what's the best coins to buy, make sure you follow me over at the Daily Cryptocurrency. I put out full videos there all the time. So pretty much anytime that you're not getting a stock market video, if I don't upload that day, you can typically find a video on my second page, the Daily Cryptocurrency. So if you're both stock market and cryptocurrency investor, make sure you follow both those pages. Here on the Daily Cryptocurrency, I also do huge giveaways. I try to do over $500 in giveaways per month in NFTs. And this giveaway that we're doing on Monday, which is tomorrow, we're doing a $300 giveaway on an NFT. So it's a huge giveaway, a huge NFT. DM me if you want to join, and DM me if you want to be a part of my coaching and my mentorship program, where I take beginners to advanced traders in the stock market, options, crypto, and NFTs. All 4 sectors of investing money online. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Remember to share with a friend, like this video, and comment below what stocks you want me to talk about in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.